Good morning, children. Standard 8 Social Assessment Test 1. Revision portions are History Lesson 1, Geography Lesson 1, and Civics Lesson 1. Let's see the short answer and detailed answers. Good morning, students. Social Assessment Test portion Revision History Lesson 1 Short answers. Give a short note on archives. Archives is a place where historical documents are preserved. The National Archives of India (NAI) is located in New Delhi. It is the chief storehouse of the records of the Government of India. So archives, it is historical documents are preserved. It is located in New Delhi and it is the chief storehouse of the records of the Government of India. Then second one, write short note about the importance of coins. Coins are a good source to know about administrative history. As compared to the literary sources, the chances of manipulation is very less in the case of coins. So thus they are an authentic archaeological source. Third question, why Prince Henry is called Henry the Navigator? So Prince Henry of Portugal, who is commonly known as the Navigator, encouraged his countrymen to take up the adventurous life of exploring the unknown regions of the world. So for the unknown regions of the world to explore, he encouraged his countrymen. That's why Prince Henry is called Henry the Navigator. And fourth question, name the important factories established by the Dutch in India. After the arrival in India, the Dutch founded their first factory in Masulipatinam. At present, it is in Andhra Pradesh. In 1605, the other important factories in India were Pulicat, Surat, Chinsura, Kazim Bazar, Patna, Nagapattinam, Balasur and Cochin. Fifth question is, mention the trading centers of the English in India. So the English had established their trading centers at Surat, Agra, Ahmedabad and Broch. Detail answer, first one. Give an account of the sources of modern India. The sources for the history of modern India help us to know the political, socio-economic and cultural developments in the country. The Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, the Danes and the English recorded their official transactions in India on state papers. Written sources. After the advent of the printing press, books were published in different languages. People began to acquire knowledge easily in the fields like art, literature, history and science. Written sources include literatures, travel accounts, diaries, autobiographies, pamphlets, government documents and manuscripts. Archives. It has main source of information for understanding past administrative machinery as well as a guide to the present and future generations related to all matters. Material sources. Paintings and statues are the main sources of modern Indian history which provide information about national leaders and historical personalities and their achievements. Historical buildings and museums preserve and promote our cultural heritage. Coins are a good source to know about administrative history. Second question, how did the Portuguese establish their trading centers in India. In AD 1498, Vasco da Gama reached Calicut, where he was cordially received by King Zamarin, the ruler of Calicut. Vasco da Gama came to India for the second time in 1501 with 20 ships and founded a trading center at Kannanur. Cochin was the first capital of the Portuguese East India Company. In 1505, Francisco de Almeida was sent as the first governor for the Portuguese possessions in India. His policy was known as the Blue Water Policy. The real founder of the Portuguese power in India was Alfonso de Albuquerque, who captured Goa and established the Portuguese authority over Ormuz in Persian Gulf. Third question. How did the British establish their trading centers in India? In 1600, Elizabeth, the Queen of England, granted a charter to the Governor and Company of Merchants of London to trade with East Indies. Captain Hawkins visited Jahangir's court and secured permission to raise a settlement at Surat, which was cancelled later. In 1612, the English captain Thomas Best inflicted a severe defeat over the Portuguese in a naval battle near Surat. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir permitted the English to establish their factory in 1613 at Surat, which became the headquarters of the English in Western India. In 1615, Sir Thomas Roe was sent to Jahangir's court by King James I of England, who succeeded in concluding a commercial treaty with the Emperor. Before the departure of Sir Thomas Roe, the English had established their trading centers at Surat, Agra, Ahmedabad and Bhuj. Next lesson, Geography Lesson 1. How are igneous rocks formed? The igneous rocks are formed by the solidification of molten magma. Second question, describe about the composition of soil. The basic components of soil are mineral, organic matter, water and air. It consists of about 45% mineral, 5% organic matter, 25% of water and 25% of air. It is the only a generalized fact. So the composition of soil varies from place to place and time to time. Third question, define rock. The rocks are the solid mineral materials forming a part of the surface of the earth and other similar planets. It may be hard or soft in nature. Fourth question, state the types of soils. Alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, mountain soil, desert soil. Fifth question, what is soil conservation? Soil conservation is the process of protecting the soil from erosion to maintain its fertility. We detail answer. Explain the process of soil formation. Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that together support life. Soil minerals form the basis of soil. It forms on the surface of the earth. It is known as the skin of the earth. Soils are produced from rocks, from the parent material, through the processes of weathering and natural erosion. Wind, water, temperature change, gravity, chemical interaction, living organisms and pressure differences all help to break down parent material. It leads to the formation of loose material. In course of time, they further break down into fine particles. Later on, the vegetative cover which develop in that region forms humus content in the soil. This way, the soil gets matured gradually. This is the first detailed answer. Now we'll see the fourth question. Classify and explain the soil. Definition: soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that together support life. Classification of soils. Soils are classified on the basis of their formation, color, physical and chemical properties. Based on these, soil is classified into 6 major types. They are: first, alluvial soil. It is found in the regions of river valleys, floodplains and coastal regions, formed by the deposition of silt by the running water. Alluvial soil is suitable for the cultivation of sugarcane, jute, rice, wheat. Then black soils, formed by weathering of igneous rocks, clayey in nature and ideal for growing cotton. Red soils, formed by weathering of metamorphic rocks and crystalline rocks. It is in brown, red in color due to the presence of iron oxide. It is suitable for millet cultivation, red soil. Then laterite soils, formed by the process of leaching. It is a infertile soil and suitable for plantation of tea and coffee. Then mountain soils, found in slopes of mountains, thin and acidic in nature. Desert soils, found in hot desert region, porous and saline in nature. In this desert soil, agriculture not successful. Civics Lesson 1 Short Answers. Name the 2 houses of the state legislature. The state legislature consists of the governor and 1 or 2 houses. The upper house is called the Legislative Council, while the lower house is called the Legislative Assembly. Second question. Write the qualifications of the members of the Legislative Assembly. The candidate must be a citizen of India. He or she must be 25 years and above. The candidate must be of sound mind. He or she must be an elector for any constituency in the state he is representing from. Third question. How is the chief minister appointed? The governor appoints the leader of the majority party in the state legislative assembly as the chief minister. He is the head of the state council of ministers. Then fourth question. How is the council of ministers formed? The party which gets majority seats in the election forms the government. The leader of the majority party in the election is chosen as chief minister. The chief minister chooses his ministers from the MLAs of his party. On the advice of the chief minister, the governor appoints the other ministers. Council of Ministers headed by the chief minister to form the state government. Now we'll see the detailed answer. Discuss the powers and functions of the chief minister. Powers and functions. The chief minister is the chief administrator of the state. All major decisions of the state government are taken under his leadership. The Chief Minister plays an important role in the formation of the Council of Ministers. On the advice of the Chief Minister, the Governor appoints the other ministers. The Chief Minister supervises the activities of different ministries and advises them accordingly. He also coordinates the activities of different ministries. The Chief Minister plays an important role in making policies of the state government, ensuring public interest. His voice is final in policy decisions of the state government. The Governor appoints different higher officials of the state government on the advice of the Chief Minister and his Council of Ministers.